The Bay of Caracol on Haiti's north coast is one of the country's most pristine habitats. It has the most extensive mangrove forest, as well as a long coral reef where it's believed the Santa Maria ran aground on December 25, 1492. And the watershed leading into Caracol Bay, farmers say is the most fertile land around. Before Haiti's 2010 earthquake, Caracol Bay was selected from over 1,000 miles of coastline to become the country's first marine-protected area. Yet months after the quake, the government of Haiti, together with the United States and the Inter-American Development Bank, decided to locate a very different sort of park here. A sprawling industrial park. On the one-year anniversary of the earthquake, government officials began the process of evicting hundreds of Caracol farmers from their fields. Soon, giant billboards for the Caracol Industrial Park appeared, promising 20,000 jobs for local residents. One reads, "Get ready for them." The $260 million development, designed to help attract foreign investment and create jobs, is now the flagship project for Haiti's earthquake reconstruction, even though it's far outside the disaster zone.
This is our first and our main sewing factory, and to understand the scope of the whole complex that we'll have here, aside from this building, there'll be 11 just like it, side by side, going that way.
Long Garwood is spokesman for Seya Trading, a South Korean garment company and the Caracol Industrial Park's first tenant.
Our major customers are the major retailers in America, the Walmarts, the Targets, the Kohl's, and the Gap.
In Haiti, Seya will operate tax-free, enjoy unrestricted access to U.S. markets, and pay the minimum wage of $3.75 per day.
Sewing factories have got their reputation for being sweatshops in the past because they didn't have these type of cooling units. It's too expensive to use traditional air conditioning, but it would be too warm in here not to have any. So this cooling system sort of finds a happy medium compromise.
The United States is now spending 1/4 of its funding for earthquake reconstruction here. Critics of the project say that the rush to provide a fix for Haiti imperils a key conservation effort and ignores the area's unique history.
Yeah, we call this the field of dreams. You build it and they will come.
Caracol a moyen pour continuer pour le développer parce que c'est une ville historique.
Father Joseph Francis du Village is a priest in Caracol.
Yo dit c'est là Christophe Colomb Caracol te passé première nuit de Noël li. Caracol c'est premier port de l'Amérique. Donc il y a un pile bagay historique qui peut permettre Caracol de développer. Et puis avec richesse naturelle li, regardez la mer là, qui a attiré un pile monde.
If mismanaged, industrial waste from the park and sewage from tens of thousands of job seekers moving to the area could threaten this fragile ecosystem and the local fishery that depends on it.
Mais nous d'Aïva, nous allons. L'autre travaille plus dans la mer, ou fait plus club. On va travailler là, on fait $300. Faut y côté pour faire couler. Depuis non mais couler il a un problème. À qui pêche là, la petite poisson même.
One of the biggest worries is that new arrivals will cut down the mangroves for fuel, a common fate in Haiti, where 90% of households rely on wood and charcoal for cooking.
Mangrove guavio est important parce que c'est là dans ma vivre parce que d'abord c'est là dans mes poissons. Si pas gain encore, on pas cacher une poisson, là dans le poisson fait petit là tout. Si mangue guavio coupé pour nous-mêmes, il pas jamais bon pour nous de toute façon, pas avant poisson pour nous jeunes pour nous Kembe, il pas bon pour caillou tout dans zone là.
The decision to locate the industrial park in Caracol was made without doing the sort of in-depth environmental study that normally precedes developments with expected impacts.
If one had to do this in the normal process of planning and then funding and then decision making and only then start looking for clients and only then start construction, we would have gone for 10 more years without having an industrial park or interest in the north of the country.
We are dealing with the kind of fait accompli. a poor country like Haiti, you have a project where the ambition is to create 60,000 jobs. Tell me, whose president, whose government is not going to do that in the context of a poor country? But if environmental concerns are neglected, we are going to pay the consequence.
When the Metropolitan Industrial Park opened in Port-au-Prince, it did create jobs, but it had the disastrous effect of expanding Cité Soleil into one of the most miserable slums in the hemisphere. The Côte d'Ivoire Garment Factory, a 45-minute drive from Caracol, is the only unionized garment factory in Haiti. Workers have benefits and earn over the minimum wage, but when the shift is done, over 6,000 of them leave the plant, cross the Massacre River, and flood the nearby town of Ouanamet.
Nous peur pour Caracol pas tourner Cité Soleil. Nous peur parc industriel qui va venir avec une quantité de monde qui va engendrer ça nous garder bidonvillisation. Et j'aime ouais bagay là vraiment pessimiste.
USAID is building 750 houses for earthquake victims at this site near Caracol, and it has agreed to build more. But in early May, as Seya's sewing machines arrived, not a single house had yet been built.
Si Pâques là pour l'ouvrir en juin, on pas senti dans la population les préparations qui fait pour Pâques là ouvrir en juin. Ce sont des choses concrètes, m'a parlé. On pas dit on pas fait non, yo ka gen pour faire. Mais si les dégâts fin fait peut-être y a couru pour faire yo, ça t'est supposé faire déjà un plan.
Meanwhile, many of the farmers evicted a year ago are still landless and now unemployed.
Nous avons essayé de planter l'autre côté, comme je dit, à nous un terrain préparé pour nous faire jardin. Nous toujours attendons parce que nous ne pouvons pas.
C'est plus bon terre qui motif qui grandit nous, c'est lié au point.
As I know this place really well, I can see my father's land is over there. Exactly in the place where they put their office, this is where my father's land.
Livings Joseph is one Caracol resident who was hired.
Just put Sai Haiti, but this is really Sai Nicaragua.
He was one of 20 Haitians chosen last year to do on-the-job training with Seya in Nicaragua. But when he returned to Haiti in early May, he was more disillusioned than hopeful. He called a community meeting at a church just outside the industrial park entrance, intending to lower residents' expectations.
Yo pa bay nou moyen pour nous entrer en premier parce que nous-mêmes nous premier monde qui perdit. Si vous perdez en premier, faut qu'a gagner en premier tour. Si yon appareil dedans qui dégage un mauvais gaz, qui moun k'ap sentil, c'est moun gars kon moun zone nan.
We'll see what the results are. There will probably be some problems, but problems that will be taken care of because there is funding and there is an immense need to create these jobs and these opportunities for that part of Haiti.
In early June, USAID and IDB did finally present a master plan to local residents for how to manage a huge influx of people and limit environmental impacts on the bay and watershed. Plans for a marine protected area in Caracol Bay are in the works. Still, USAID is planning to dredge a port for the industrial park in nearby Fort Liberté Bay, which is home to 2 critically endangered coral species. And the power plant that USAID built for the industrial park is powered by heavy fuel oil, the most polluting option. Americans say they're using it to provide the cheapest electricity for local Haitians.
We want an economy that takes care about the environment. We want some commitments from the promoters, such as IDB, USAID, to have a win-win situation. We are not against this project, but we want that the project should be done in an efficient manner, environmentally speaking.